In today's session, we're going to read, Is it a boy or a girl? This article is from Heads Up English. It is lower intermediate reading. We'll read and then discuss vocabulary and a few other items. All right, you may begin.
Is it a boy or a girl? If you search for gender selection on Google, there are more than 500,000 hits. Some sites have simple calendars to follow a woman's cycle, and others have star charts. There are then some websites that sell unusual and expensive services to help choose a baby's gender. But according to a new study, a woman's diet is important. The study followed the eating habits of 740 first-time mothers before and after they became pregnant. The women were placed into three categories based on how many calories they ate each day. 56% of the women who ate a high-energy diet with a lot of vitamins and minerals had boys. Of the greatest surprise, more sons were born to women who ate cereal each morning. Over the past 40 years, in the developed nations of the world, more girls have been born. The study suggests that unhealthy diets cause this change. For example, many adults skip breakfast or eat unhealthy fast food. Many women also diet which can lower the amount of Many women also diet which can lower the amount of vitamins and minerals. The study didn't make any recommendation. However, if women want to have a son, maybe they should eat food with a lot of vitamins, minerals, and energy.
Okay, nicely done. Here I circled a few of the words that you didn't quite get pronounced. Mainly, when you use the word, when you said this word, I didn't hear the S. Sites.
Sites.
Mm-hmm.
Some sites.
Mothers. Mothers.
Mothers.
And this one has a long I. Vitamins. Vitamins.
Vitamins.
Mm-hmm.
Vitamins.
I did not hear the S on suggest.
Suggest.
Mm-hmm. Unhealthy. Unhealthy.
Unhealthy. Unhealthy.
Unhealthy. And again, what is this word?
Vitamins.
No.
Vitamins. Vitamins.
Long I. Vitamins. Very good. So here is this article, and then we'll discuss it. Is it a boy or a girl? If you search for gender selection on Google, there are more than 500,000 hits. Some sites have simple calendars to follow a woman's cycle, and others have star charts. There are even some websites that sell unusual and expensive services to help choose a baby's gender. But according to a new study, a woman's diet is important. The study followed the eating habits of 740 first-time mothers before and after they became pregnant. The women were placed into three categories based on how many calories they ate each day. 56% of the women who ate a high-energy diet with a lot of vitamins and minerals had boys. Of the greatest surprise, more sons were born to women who ate cereal each morning. Over the past 40 years in the developed nations of the world, more girls have been born. The study suggests that unhealthy diets cause the change. For example, many adults skip breakfast or eat unhealthy fast food. Many women also diet, which can lower the amount of vitamins and minerals. The study didn't make any recommendations. However, if women want to have a son, maybe they should eat food with a lot of vitamins, minerals, and energy. All right, that concludes the reading of the article. Now let's take a look at some of the activities for this article. Do you have any questions about the article?
Just one.
What's your question?
Others have a chart. Others have a start chart. What does it mean to have a start chart? I suppose it's what a start chart is perhaps the beautiful woman on a calendar.
That could possibly be, but I think a star chart is something that gives you a point for doing something. For example, in school, if I complete my homework, I get 3 stars.
Okay.
If I fail to do my homework, I lose 2 stars from a previous day. So it is some type of reward system, I think. That's what the star chart is.
Okay.
It's a reward system. Okay. This is just my opinion, of course. Okay. So that's what I think it is. And all right. So now I'm going to go on down to see what else we might type. So let's talk for a moment about number one. What does it mean to use the word gender? What does that mean? What is gender? And try and say it in a complete sentence. The word gender means?
The word gender means the sex of a person.
Mm-hmm.
You could be a male or you could be a female, and it's a different gender. You can be a man or you can be a woman. 2 genders difference.
Very good. All right, so here in number 2, I'm going to go down. It says brainstorm about words for 2 minutes. That probably will conclude what we will have time to do today. I'm going to scroll down and look for our vocabulary words, and we're going to talk about pregnancy. As we talk about pregnancy, we're going to try and use these vocabulary words that are listed here: gender, unusual, category, cause, skip, and recommend. All right, so I want to ask you, and try to use as many of these words as you can as we talk, what would you recommend people do if they wanted a specific gender? What would you recommend people do if they are interested in having a specific gender?
Okay. If I was confident reading of the article, I could advise a woman who want to have a boy to eat a lot of cereal, to eat a lot of energy foods, and to eat breakfast, and don't skip any meals.
Very good. So if a person chooses to skip a meal, according to the article, the gender of the child would be what? What did they say if you skip eating breakfast or if you eat unhealthy foods?
According to the article, if you skip often breakfast or different meals, the category of person you can who can born from you will be surely a woman, a small girl, a
Okay,
small girl.
so it most likely will be a female.
So,
Mhm. So
but
the
in my
what
opinion,
what is the recommendation?
the recommendation to have a boy is to eat a lot of strong, energetic products, to have a lot to eat a lot of calories, and perhaps you could have a boy.
Hmm.
But I'm not sure of that.
Okay.
Energetic meals could cause a boy, according to the article. But in my opinion, it's really different because I read that the scientists think that the boys could be easily could depend only of the spermatozoid of the man, who are most fast than the spermatozoid of the female.
Okay.
So
So
I read that. I don't know if it's true, but I read that.
so you're thinking that this is an unusual and not necessarily an authentic or very truthful article, and the
Yes.
cause might be not so much what they're eating, but some other factors. So I'm waiting to hear you use these two words as you continue to talk.
Uh, this article seems unusual in the world of scientist newspaper, uh, but perhaps of this article it will cause in the future uh, for some people who are confident in this article the choice of having a great chance to have a boy or a great chance to have a girl, but I'm not sure of that.
Okay. All right. Well, again, the article for us, the purpose of the article for us is just to give us something to talk about. And so you were able to use all of the words as checked. As you use the words, I will check them. I will stop the recording now.